Bay brought us to the Lincoln Harbor Poker Run. Now that summer is running down, we're here at Manhasset Bay for the Gold Cup Poker Run.
The Gold Cup was a racing series started by the famous racer in the 30s named Gar Wood. So what we're doing is a little deviation on the theme, the Gold Cup Poker Run, which means we'll have a poker run on the water instead of a race.
Marcus, can you tell us what a poker run is?
A poker run, you have to imagine a poker hand has 5 cards. Each card will be at a different port. All the boats will travel at various speeds to each port, pick up 1 card in a sealed envelope. When they're done, they'll come back here to Manhasset Bay Marina, and we'll unwrap all the cards at one time for each poker hand. What we'll do is determine who has the best poker hand, and the winner will get $5,000 in cash. Pretty impressive amount of money for not such a hard day's work.
We have the boats, we have the great weather, and we have the poker cards.
Don't forget about that $5,000.
So Marcus, I think we should just go play poker.
Let's go.
My name is Billy Friends with the National Powerball Association. We put this show on. This is Danny Pickering from Speed Vision TV Network. I'll go over the course with you real quickly, and then I'll tell you how the starting procedure will be so we get all good footage with the helicopter. We're going to take off from here. Our first checkpoint is going to be Oyster Bay. Then you go from Oyster Bay, you go over to Norwalk, to Skipper's Restaurant, which is Norwalk Cove Marine. There'll be a fellow there standing on the dock, again giving you your next card. From there, you go down to Portchester. You go down to the Barham River, Portchester Yacht Club, right at the head of the Barham River. From there, you pick up your card and come on back here. 6 o'clock is it for cards. You have to be back here for your card. 6 o'clock is the close of the event, 6 p.m. So everything has to be turned in before 6. Don't show up at 6:20, because by 6 o'clock we're going to call the game. We'll be making our awards at 7 p.m. Anybody who wants to go fast, they can race the helicopter. We have special awards here for the big boats and a special award for Class A, 29 foot and less. Party Master is the pace boat, which is a 10 meter, all painted up over here on the side. I'll have a yellow flag sticking out of the top of it. Don't pass the pace boat, and everybody observe all the harbor rules, please, because there's a number of people, of course, that are going to watch us going in and out of Norwalk Harbor, Portchester Harbor, Oyster Bay, so let's all be very good captains so we can all do this again sometime soon. There's a fishing tournament going on out there. There's a fishing tournament going on in Long Island Sound this weekend. So if you break down, throw out your rods and reels, and maybe you can catch a $25,000 bluefish. If not, keep it. Maybe you can gaff one if you're going real fast along the way. Or there's going to be a lot of sushi out there, one way or the other. There's going to be a heck of a mess out there. So please, again, observe the rules of the road. Let's be nice to our cousins, the fishermen that are out there. Any questions on that? Good, we're going along nicely. There's no questions anywhere. Our helicopter's up in the air. He's not coming down, so we're going to get the show on the road right away. What you do, when I call out your number, you come on up here, get this plaque from me, you'll get a plastic bag and a card from my friend over here, Mr. Katz, and then you go on down to your boats. Follow the pace boat out of the main channel. After I hand out all the cards, I'm going right down to the boat. We're getting the show on the road.
Mark Savataro, your onboard host, rolling out to the second annual NPBA Offshore Poker Run in Long Island Sound here. Our first destination will be Cold Spring Harbor, New York, on the shores of Long Island. Looks like about 85 boats have lined up for this one. We're heading out towards a milling area, which we'll have right off of Execution Rocks, right outside of Manhasset Bay. We've been at Guy LaMotta's Manhasset Bay Marina for the past 2 hours waiting for the start here. Everyone has their first cards in this poker run. We'll get into a little bit more of the history of poker runs shortly. Right now we're going to navigate our way out of the harbor. As you can see in the channel ahead of us, we've got quite a few boats already out, and it seems like a few more following us as well. We will continue this towards the end of the harbor so you get a feel for what it's like, the excitement before a fast leg of the poker run, and we'll continue from there. We're just cruising, letting most of the fast boats go by us here. We're doing about 60, 65 miles an hour. It's a lot of fun.
boats will break on this first leg here, since when everybody kind of hangs it out and lets it run. We'll see. We'll catch back with you in a minute. People are overextending a little bit, running their boats a little hard, burning up some pistons and a few rings. Now it's just a matter of everybody kind of cools off and waits. As you can see in front of us, here's a big line of people waiting to pick up their poker hand from the floating boat, the 43-foot Albumin over there. People over my shoulder. The first stop of the poker run is behind us. We're back in the back of Cold Spring Harbor in Long Island, New York. Each of the boats is now holding up the number of cards that they have and getting their first, actually now their second card. They got one at the start back in Lamadas. So now we will be off to Norwalk on the other side of the Long Island Sound on the Connecticut shoreline. So as you can see, each boat is collecting their cards and they will start to continue on up northeast on the Sound towards Norwalk. So we'll see you in Norwalk. Well, it looks like about half the field has already come in. They're to Norwalk Harbor here in Connecticut. The other half is on their way out. So as we wave to some of our friends on the water here. We're about 2/3 of the way done. We got one more stop in Port Chester, New York. Then we're going to head back down to Lamadas and see who won the $5,000. Stay tuned for details. We'll be on our way to Port Chester in just a minute.
me abusing the camera woman.
We got enough of those. We got enough of those on film. There's another happy boat on the Poker Run tour. So here we are leaving Portchester Harbor, Portchester, New York, on our way to La Mata's restaurant, which is where we began the whole day about 2.5 hours ago, down in Port Washington, New York, which is on the north shore of Long Island. So it should be an exhilarating run as we go back and see who won the poker game. Who's going to walk away today with the $5,000 in cash for having the best random poker hand drawn out here on the water.
Sorry.
What was that about?
Pulling rank.
I got you right. They would have ran right into you.
I got you right. There you go. I guess I would have owned a sailboat. You would have owned a powerboat.
Well, here we are, Mark Sabataro and crew coming back to La Mata's. We're at the outside of Manhasset Bay, Looks like we've got about another 5 or 10 minute idle on the way in. A lot of the boats are checking their pieces and parts to see if they're all screwed in where they should be. They're seeing if the screws are even still remaining. Looks like everybody came through and fared pretty well. Didn't see too many broken carcasses of boats out there on the water. We will go into Lamadas and tie up, get our last card, our 5th and final card for all the poker players. Then they'll start opening up the hands and write them down and mark down to see who has the best poker hand. Well, we're back at Manhasset Bay Marina. We're sitting on our 46-foot skater with the owner, Doc Golia, but he just wants to be called Doc. How'd you do out there today, Doc?
We ran well. The weather conditions were, must have been a 1 to 2 foot chop. Not too rough. The boat ran well. We had no major problems. We're running between 100 and 120.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this boat? Is it state-of-the-art?
Yeah. Boat was rigged by Mr. Bobby Moore. We finished in... when we finished in May. The engines were built by Expert Engine, Rick Joslin, and who was it? Rick and Jimmy Barry.
How many horsepower are the motors?
Horsepower about 1,000 each. Pump gas. It was designed specifically to run on pump gas so that we could basically go cruising. It was also geared for cruising. So running 4,000 RPM or between 80 and 85 miles an hour.
So in a 46-foot boat, no matter even if you're at 3s and 4s, it's a fairly comfortable ride.
That's correct.
Have you done any long trips with the boat?
This boat this summer, which has been in Long Island Sound since June, we've gone to Montauk Point, Block Island, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket, Old Saybrook. We've been up and down the Sound several times.
Once again, we're standing on the docks at Lamadas in Port Washington, New York, with the organizer of the event, Billy Friends. Billy Friends' roots go back deeply into offshore racing, one of the grandfathers, if you will, despite his young age, youthful appearance.
Yeah, be nice.
The NPBA was the first greatest offshore body that there was in terms of offshore racing, and really is responsible for what has graduated into several governing bodies, the Superboat International, the APBA, and U.S. Offshore. But the original races by the NPBA in the late 70s and early and mid-80s were, bar none, probably the biggest and most fun races out there. Bill, what do you think of the overall success of this event?
This is a tremendous event. Now, as you see, we've gained a whole lot of support from the industry as far as our sponsors go. We've got support with all the entries here, all the fellows that are playing the game, and look at all the equipment that's showed up now at the events. It's all top-notch stuff.
Yeah, I noticed we've got some pretty serious hardware, including mixed emotions here, Doc Golia's boat. But you also had a lot of other boats that were up in the upper 90s and over 100, which 5 or 6 years ago, you didn't see a lot of that.
No. What you're seeing now is all the race boats actually of the 80s that have become pleasure boats of the 90s. All the technologies that was developed during the 80s, now again is brought into the pleasure boat market, and this is what you have now.
Well, so you'd agree that the poker run circuit really brings everybody full circle into the sport so that everyone can enjoy it, unlike offshore racing where you've got to have some pretty deep pockets, probably at least $500,000 to $1 million up front to start. Here you can basically run what you bring and go out and have a good time.
Anybody can win the game. You can bring your pleasure boat here, go around the course. We give you 5 hours to get into the game, and everyone can have fun, yes.
It was rumored there were a couple of fishermen and actually a kayak out there. Is that true? Were they competing, or were they just kind of getting in the way?
They were having their day on the Sound also. Everybody gets to have fun out in the water.
All right, well, what do you say we go up and pull the cards open and see who won, and we'll check back later and see who is the winner.
We'll keep on going.
Great, thanks, Bill.
Very good, thank you.
All right, here we are back at Lamadas with Guy LaMotta, owner of this fine establishment, backer of a lot of this poker run today. He's offered up his services, his marina, and his restaurant, and of course your bar for the service and the party tonight. What do you think of the overall event and the turnout?
I think it was super. The turnout was great. It's such a nice event to have people just cruising along the Sound there. No incidences. Everybody went off good. Great start. Everybody caught up and met everybody at every checkpoint. It was like all getting together again, everybody looking at their motors. Everything went stupid. Couldn't ask for a better day, I don't think.
That's great. It seemed like some of the smaller boats might have had a tough time, but you were in that big old cigarette cruising along nicely. It's a comfortable ride, when you say?
I was in my big old lump. Yeah, she just nurses along. But I'll tell you that there's one guy driving a little Sweet 16 Donzi over there. He deserves a big trophy because I saw him and he was all over the place. And I know what those boats are like because I used to own one. And this guy was keeping up with the big guys with that little 16-footer, and he did the whole circuit. He deserves something.
And he may be seeing his doctor about his kidneys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to see somebody about something in his body.
Did you play a couple hands of poker yourself?
Yeah, we had 5 hands just to keep the game going. We had a bunch of people on the boat, so we'll see what happens. But everything is for a good cause, and I'm glad that everybody got back safe, and now we're going to enjoy a little bit of lunch and get ready for the party this evening.
That's great. Well, good luck with your poker hand, and thanks for your hospitality.
And I thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks, guy.
We did good. Everything stayed together. We had a good time. I think we won.
I hope we won.
I think we won.
Do you know something we don't know about your cards?
I think we won.
We got three chances of winning, so we'll see what happens. So, Tina, how'd you do on the poker run?
Well, actually, Marcus, we didn't get very far. We didn't even get to the first checkpoint.
You should have known to pick a boat that ran.
I know, but we still had a lot of fun.
Well, that's what it's all about. It's about fun. It's not a race. It's not to see who's the fastest or the slowest or has the nicest boat. Sounds like things are heating up under the tent. I think we should go up and see who's going to win that $5,000 grand prize.
I think we should.
Let's go.
How about a big round of applause for Guy LaMotta for giving us the whole show here? Speaking of all that, we have a special award for Guy LaMotta, and also, actually, the girl put in a lot of work in is his daughter, Nadine. How about a big round of applause for Guy LaMotta and his daughter, Nadine? We got some special plaques up here. Let's bring them up front here so they can receive these. Nadine. How about a big round of applause for Nadine LaMotta, Guy LaMotta Jr.
On behalf of, I guess, the whole family, the whole LaMotta family, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us, and we hope you had a great time, and we hope we'll see you the same time next year.
Okay, that means we're coming back, guys. Your behaviors, I want to... Jim Ross and the Sunseeker Yachts.
Thank you, Bill. It's really been a pleasure. It's my honor to be able to come out here and throw this little event for you guys tonight. I love to see everybody get out on the water and have a ball on the boats. That's what it's all about. You guys keep it up. You had a great show today, and I hope it continues. And I'm proud to be here. Thank you.
We got some friends of mine. They traveled a long way. They worked real hard. They blew a couple of motors in their boats. They're from Massachusetts. These fellows traveled. Actually, I'm going to single out one fellow in particular, Mr. Craig Michaud from Massachusetts, from Beverly, Massachusetts. He put a motor in his boat last week. They drove down to Old Saybrook, Connecticut, put the boats in the water, drove 80 miles to get here by boat. Where's Craig? Craig Michaud. Where's my man? There we go. The furthest traveled to get here.
Thank you.
He doesn't speak English very well. These pilgrims up there from the North Shore. Big round of applause for Craig. We've got some, again, more people from behind the scenes, other people that have been helping me do these events. I've got some special plaques and special thanks. A good friend of mine from Toms River, New Jersey, my cousin Kenny Salerno. These are you guys taking care of some business for me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks, everybody, for all your support. Thank you.
Big round of applause for Kenny Salerno. From the same neck of the woods, and he's related to me just as closely. My cousin Ray Salerno. Cousin Ray Salerno.
Well, welcome back, folks. We'll see you next year.
Cousin Ray Salerno. It's a family affair. My other cousin Michael's been trying to get here for 2 years. For 2 years he's been trying to get here. He finally bought a boat and hired a captain. Now he got here. Rookie of the year. Cousin Michael and family.
I've really been involved for years and years and years. Because of Ray wishes I would stop, but I'm not going to stop. I had to buy my own boat. I had to find out. Everybody told me I'm in the bottomless pit. It's going to cost me a fortune. But anyway, a great boat. Thank you.
Cousin Mike, he's in the game now. Now he's hooked. He used to almost race with me years ago. Until he saw that boat flip over in Barnegat Bay. And he jumped right out of my boat. He wouldn't go with this. Okay. Now let's get down to some of the big trophies.
What did you say?
How about a big round of applause for the Team Rudden, Joe Rudden and his team for the best looking crew. Team Rudden, they won the best looking crew. We're going to let these big fat trophies up here. Joe Rudden, where's your boy? Here you go, Joe.
Thank you very much. We had a great time today. We'll see you next year.
Hey, boy. Get the Best Looking Boat Award. Best Looking Boat. Everyone voted upon. A 38-foot slingshot, brand new Hustler. Vinny Rafisi. Where's Vinny Rafisi on this crew? That slingshot team. Congratulations, Vinny.
Thank you very much. It's the first poker run I was ever in. And had a really good time. We'll be here next year.
All right, there you go. Good looking boat, and it goes fast too. We got a big award here for Queen. 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 That's the Queen from the bottom. A brand new entry. A 45-foot Sunseeker, the Apache model. Stealth. It's a Stealth is the name of it. How about the crew from Stealth over here? A 45-foot Apache. A Sunseeker. They came a little bit late. They made it around the course and they finally caught up with us. Well, the whole crew is up here. This is for Queen of Long Island Sound. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been the first time and we'll be here next year. Thank you.
All right, way to go! All right! There you go. Okay, we had a close race for the A-class contingency over here. My friends Tom Lanning and the Dismantler crew, they run like hell. We saw you out there. My other friends over here, though, from Outlaw. We're the Outlaw racing team, actually. Ronnie Tendek and his boys. Team Outlaw. Here you go. Nice action. Thank you very much. Thank you.
On behalf of the little boats, like we'll call, I'd like to thank you all for this, and also thank Billy Brent for a great run.
Yeah, thank you, Ronnie. What else you got there? What's that one? King of Long Island Sound. Well, we've been talking back and forth for a year or two or three. My friend Dr. John Golia finally showed up for his brand new 46-foot skater cat, and he proved to be the king of Long Island Sound today. The helicopter had a tough time keeping up with him. Dr. John Golia and his crew, where are they here? How about a big round of applause for that mixed emotions?
Come on, ladies.
Here's the instigator.
Best looking crew. We've done a lot of poker runs. This was by far the best, and I thank no one for having a faster boat than us this year. We'll be back next year. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Gil Garceau had the trophy last year, and he stepped up into a big fat cat. Before we present, wait a minute, here it is, here's the money. Show me the money, before we do the money. Yeah, we're gonna raffle up the Farrier gauges over here. If anybody's looking for the Farrier gauges, right up Pulley. What they can do, when you win this prize over here, this is a sample of some of the Farrier Gauge Instrument Company, which is located up in, actually, where the casinos are. Uckettsville, that's a tough word to pronounce. Uckettsville, Connecticut. They make gauges for the Hummers, they make gauges for the military vehicles, they make gauges for our speedboats. Whoever wins this prize can pick whatever gauges they want out of the catalog that we have, up to a double engine setup, or even a triple engine will take care of you. So you get whatever you want to get. This is carte blanche. This is just a sample again. So, who's the winner?
Jeez.
John R. John Ruggiero? John Ruggieri? John Ruggieri. Yeah. Oh! Joe! Yeah! Joe! Ah!
We've been trying for 2 years. We finally won something.
Okay, very good. Dave? There is. Dave, park them at your table. We'll take them back later. You get whatever you want. Whatever you want. Okay. Where's the camera? This goes to a girl who had her first ride in a powerboat today. This was her first ride in a powerboat. She's hooked. She got the passion. It's contagious. She'll be back. She might have her own boat. Pam Smith. Where are you? She pulled a full house. Queens on top. Here you go. What a boat ride you had today.
I do a lot of racing on sailboats, and you do not win anything like this. I'll tell you that. This does not happen.
Sailboats?
I think I'm hooked on powerboats from now on.
$5,000. $5,000 cash money. There we go. Grab this big trophy from the bottom. There you go. Big round of applause for Pam Smith, her first time for riding in a powerboat. Yeah, it's a lot better than sailboats. That concludes our award ceremony. Again, we have an open bar till 11 o'clock tonight. We have the food, of course, over here at the Zoo on Sunseeker. And one more big round of applause, please, for my friends at Sunseeker over here, Jimmy Ross. We're going to have a couple more of these next year. You guys are all on the mailing list. If you're not, come on up and see me and give me your card. Thank you very much.
When I was asked to be in this poker run series, I wasn't so sure. I didn't even know what a poker run was.
And I thought, in straight poker, nothing was wild. Not true in poker runs, everything's wild. 100-mile-an-hour boats, big waves, wild parties, and a $5,000 cash prize. What do you think?
I think it's really sad that the poker run season's coming to an end.
I hear that there's a brunch run in October.
Whenever it is, we know we'll see you then.
You can count on that.
Later.